Very good morning and genuine children. Welcome to your biology class. So children, we were doing the chapter conservation of plants and animals, and we have covered major part of this chapter. So only one topic is left in this chapter, that is conservation of plants and animals. The main important topic of this chapter is left. So we have talked about the various types of species. We have talked about endangered species, extinct species, endemic species, what is red list, what is red data book, what is vulnerable species. We have talked about all such species, and among this which is very important is red list or red data book does not cover the endemic species. What are endemic species? Endemic species are those species that are present only in a particular area. They are not found everywhere, they are only present in a particular area. सिर्फ एक ही एरिया में वो स्पीशीज पाई जाएगी, बाकी कहीं और वो स्पीशीज प्रेजेंट नहीं होगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव सीन द एशियाटिक लॉयन. So Asiatic lion is only present in the Gir National Park of Gujarat. Okay, nowhere else this Asiatic lion can be found. Alright, so this we have talked about in the previous class. Now today we will discuss how we can conserve these animals and plants. So children, government has taken various major steps to conserve the plants and animals. They have created various protected areas to conserve these wildlife, to conserve these plants. And apart from that, we as a human have a responsibility to protect and conserve these plants and animals. So let's see how we can do it, how we can conserve these animals, and what is the difference between national park, wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserves. So this we are going to study today. Okay, so children, please open your science book, open this chapter conservation of plants and animals. We will start this chapter and we will study the conservation topic, how we can conserve it. Okay, so let's start with it. I hope everybody is ready with their books and pencil. So conservation of forest and wildlife. Okay, so there are various methods to conserve forest and to conserve the wildlife that lives in that forest. Okay, so first can be the plant harvesting. Plant harvesting, as the name says, हमें प्लानिंग के साथ कोई चीज करनी चाहिए. हमें हार्वेस्टिंग जो है वो प्लान्ड तरीके से करनी चाहिए. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कट सम अमाउंट ऑफ ट्रीज एंड प्लांट दैट मच अमाउंट ऑफ ट्रीज. जितना अमाउंट ऑफ ट्री हम कट कर रहे हैं, टेक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ वी आर कटिंग 10 ट्रीज, हमें 20 ट्रीज और प्लांट कर देने चाहिए. ओके, सो दिस इज अ प्लांट हार्वेस्टिंग. ठीक है, हमने 10 काटे, 20 उसमें प्लांट कर दिए. So this is a plant harvesting. But children, this plant harvesting does not always very effective because the growth of plant takes a longer time than cutting. हमें कोई पेड़ काटना है, हम तुरंत काट देंगे and the life is gone of that plant or that tree. But if we are sowing some seed, अगर हम वहाँ पे कोई seed जाके sow कर रहे हैं या like we are planting some tree or a plant there, it will take years to grow. Alright, so this technique is not that effective, but yes, it is effective than this deforestation process. Rather than doing the deforestation, we can go for a plant harvesting. So let's see what is written. So plant harvesting, that is cutting only some of the trees in an area. The uncut trees prevent erosion and produce seeds so that new trees can grow. तो इनका कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है प्लांट हार्वेस्टिंग का, कि आपने सारे पेड़ नहीं काटे, आपने कुछ पेड़ काटे और जो पेड़ नहीं कटे हैं वो क्या करेंगे, सॉइल इरोजन को कंट्रोल कर लेंगे. ओके, एंड यू कैन ऑल्सो प्लांट सम ट्रीज. सो दिस इज अ प्लांट हार्वेस्टिंग, बट इट इज नॉट दैट वेरी इफेक्टिव. Coming on to next point, that is afforestation or reforestation. So children, what is afforestation and reforestation is? That is planting of new trees again. Okay, which means renewing a forest by planting seedlings or small trees of the same species as found in the forest. Consider there is a massive deforestation in particular forest. कोई एक फॉरेस्ट है जहाँ पे इतना डिफॉरेस्टेशन हो गया कि वहाँ पे कोई भी ट्रीज अब नहीं बची है. तो व्हाट इज रिफॉरेस्टेशन एंड एफॉरेस्टेशन इज कि उसी लैंड पे सेम स्पीशीज के हम सेम सीड या स्मॉल प्लांट्स को वहाँ पे प्लांट कर दें. So this is called afforestation or reforestation. So slowly and gradually what will happen? After years they will again grow up and they will again become a very dense forest. Okay. At least as many trees as we cut should be planted. जितना हम काट रहे हैं उतना हमें प्लांट करना चाहिए. Logically we should plant just double of it. अगर हम 5 काट रहे हैं तो we should plant 10. If we are cutting like 10 trees, we should plant 20 trees around. Okay, so this is one method of conserving the forest. Afforestation takes place naturally also. If we let the area remain undisturbed, the trees grow back and the forest gets re-established. At times what happens कि कहीं किसी forest में deforestation हुआ है, तो अगर हम उसको अनटच्ड यानी कि ना तो वहाँ पे कोई एनिमल जाए, ना वहाँ पे कोई ह्यूमन जाए, ना कोई ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी हो वहाँ पे, तो अगर हम उसको अनडिस्टर्ब छोड़ देते हैं, सो दे विल अगेन ग्रो. ओके, दो इट विल टेक अ मच टाइम बट दे कैन ग्रो. देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी, okay, to re-establish them. So this is afforestation. So we have talked about these two. Protection from forest fire. Children, we have seen that and we have we have seen in the news also कि जब बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी होती है, बहुत ज़्यादा ह्यूमिड टेम्परेचर होता है, so forest automatically starts to burn. कैसे होने लगता है? Because of because of very high temperature, what happens, there is a frictional force between the leaves and the branches of the trees. Even two trees just जब बहुत ज़्यादा गर्म हवा चल रही हो, लू चल रही हो and there is very hot temperature, so they are moving continuously, they are creating a frictional force. I think you are aware about the frictional force. So जब वो friction create करेंगे आपस में, तो क्या होंगे, वो ऑटोमेटिकली बर्न होने लगेंगे. एंड अ लिटिल अमाउंट ऑफ फायर इन सच फॉरेस्ट एरिया इज इनफ टू बर्न द कंप्लीट फॉरेस्ट. ठीक है, सो व्हाट कैन वी डू इज वी कैन मेंटेन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट बाय पुटिंग सर्टेन ब्लोअर्स टू हम विंड का डायरेक्शन चेंज कर दें. वी कैन establish some type of fire extinguisher there, or with the help of an aircraft we can add some coolant at that forest. So this can be done. We can prevent the forest from fires. Let's see what is written. By spraying fire extinguishing solution from aircrafts. Aircraft से fire extinguishing solution डालें हम. Okay, or by changing the direction of wind by using a strong blower. तो या तो हम बहुत strong blower use करके wind का direction ही change कर दे, wind का direction change कर देंगे, so there will be no frictional force. Frictional force नहीं होगा तो there will be no fire. Okay, though it is not feasible. आप इतने बड़े forest में if you are implanting a blower and if you are this aircraft से अगर आप कोई चीज़ कर रहे हैं, that is possible to a some extent, but to implant a strong blower and changing the direction of wind is not that easy task in a forest area, because there is a huge area covered of the forest. Okay, so next is protection from insects and pests. This we can do. What we can do, we can spray insecticide and fungicide and remove the infected trees. So जितने भी infected trees हैं जो कि plant से या जो भी insect से डिजीज्ड हो गए हैं या इन्फेक्ट हो गए हैं, उनको हम या तो रिमूव कर दें और वी कैन स्प्रे इंसेक्टिसाइड एंड फंगिसाइड ओवर द फॉरेस्ट एरिया. अगेन दिस कैन बी डन थ्रू एन एयरक्राफ्ट, नॉट by hand. We cannot go in the forest and just spray the insecticides and pesticides. We can remove the infected trees, but we cannot just spray it, alright, because it is like forest is a large area that is covered. Okay, so these are some methods through which we can conserve the forest and the wildlife. Then protection from overgrazing. So children, we know that overgrazing of cattle, overgrazing by the cattle in the forest area loosens the strength or the binding capacity of soil. That is called soil erosion. So the soil get eroded and hence they cannot conserve or they cannot store the water and plant the trees. Okay, so this overgrazing of cattle should be prohibited. So to protect growing plants by providing pastures with which can be used for rotation. So children, we should not just go for the overgrazing of cattle. Wildlife conservation is closely related to the forest conservation. When forest is destroyed, a large number of animals become extinct or endangered. So to conserve the habitat of endangered species or endangered animals, it is necessary to protect the forest. Definitely, what is the habitat of the animals? So basically the habitat of such animals is forest. फॉरेस्ट में ही ये एनिमल सर्वाइव करते हैं, वहीं ये रहते हैं. सो दैट इज देयर हैबिटेट. तो व्हेन वी आर कंजर्विंग और व्हेन वी आर प्रोटेक्टिंग द फॉरेस्ट, we are protecting the wildlife. So that is very obvious. Alright. So wildlife protection is the same as protecting the forest or forest conservation. So children, I would like to just give your focus towards few things. That in past few years there has been various act, जैसे इंडिया में या सब जगह we have a constitutional book. Okay, there are various acts mentioned in that constitutional book that needs to be followed for the all the citizen of India. Okay, so in there they have various acts, like they have a Forest Act, they have Wildlife Conservation Act, they have Tiger Protection Act, alright, they have a Wildlife Protection Act 1972, then Water Protection Act. So all such types of protection acts are there in the constitutional book, in our law. So all these acts are there and we need to follow it. There are certain legalities and illegal punishments if we are not following such rules. Alright, so punishments are also mentioned in that act ki agar if we are going for poaching or if we are going for a illegal hunting to some places like to a national park or to a wildlife sanctuary, then there is a certain amount of punishment given. Alright, so there are various acts all around, like in India there are various acts to conserve this wildlife and forest area, but we are not following it as usual and people are taking it for granted. They are not understanding it that to conserve these wildlife and to conserve this forest is very necessary. If like the way the animals and plants are getting extinct, अगर ये ऐसे ही extinct होते रहे, so the survival for us will become very dangerous. हम नहीं survive कर पाएंगे, we cannot survive. Alright, so this is very important. So government has also taken various major steps to conserve these animals and plants in their habitat itself by protecting that particular area and converting it into a biosphere reserves, converting it into a wildlife sanctuaries and converting it into a national parks. Okay, so we basically have these three types of a conservation pattern of that particular area. जैसे take for example कि अगर कोई फॉरेस्ट एरिया है, वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा स्पीशीज है वाइल्ड लाइफ की, ठीक है, तो गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है, उतने एरिया, एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया को अंडर प्रोटेक्शन ले लेती है और उसको या तो वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी या उसको नेशनल पार्क या बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व में कन्वर्ट कर देती है, ठीक है. सो नाउ वी विल सी व्हाट इज बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व, व्हाट इज वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी एंड व्हाट इज नेशनल पार्क. ओके, सो लेट्स गो टू इट. दिस इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली हैबिटेट प्रिजर्वेशन, कि जहां पे वो रह रहे हैं उसी एरिया को हमने चारों तरफ से कवर कर लिया और उसको वहां पे प्रोटेक्टेड रहने दिया, ठीक है. सो we can see it. Okay, so this we have talked about. Now the following steps needs to be taken to conserve wildlife. First is habitat preservation. जहाँ पे वो रह रहे हैं वहीं पे उनको preserve कर दीजिए. Preserving the habitat of wildlife helps in their conservation. Preventing deforestation is an important method of habitat preservation. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हमने किसी एक हैबिटेट को प्रिजर्व कर लिया, अगर हमने किसी एरिया को नेशनल पार्क या वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी अनाउंस कर दिया, तो क्या होगा, उस एरिया में अब ना डिफॉरेस्टेशन हो सकता है, ना हंटिंग हो सकती है, ना कोई भी ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी हो सकती है. सो बाय दिस वे वी कैन प्रोटेक्ट और वी कैन प्रिवेंट दीज इलीगल एक्टिविटीज. ऑलराइट, नाउ हंटिंग रेगुलेशन. So government regulations related to hunting and their effective implementation is very important for wildlife conservation. So government has again given certain implementations and regulations to for hunting basically, कि अगर कोई hunt कर रहा है नेशनल पार्क में या इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में या किसी पर्टिकुलर एनिमल का, तो that person will be penalized or that person will be jailed for some time or and should be given the punishment. So if you are aware about that black deer hunt of Salman Khan and that Sanjay Dutt and all the team was सबके सब फंसे थे इस एक्ट में. तो उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ था कि सलमान खान बेसिकली इट इज सेड दैट कि shooting के टाइम वो they have gone to certain places, certain forest area and they have done the hunting of endangered species. वो species जो कि बहुत ही minimum amount में पाई जा रही थी, उस species का उसने hunt किया था and he has killed that deer. Okay, that is black, basically काला हिरन बोलते हैं, that is a black deer, that is a endangered species और सलमान खान ने उसकी hunting की थी, ठीक है. एंड फॉर दैट सलमान खान वॉज पेनलाइज्ड विद अ वेरी हैवी चार्जेस एंड ही वॉज जेल्ड ट्वाइस और थ्राइस. ओके, सो द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड सर्टेन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस फॉर इलीगल हंटिंग ऑफ द एनिमल्स. ओके, दो वी आर नॉट फॉलोइंग इट, बट येस द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड सर्टेन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. ओके, सो लेट्स सी. So government regulation related to hunting and their effective implementation is very important for wildlife conservation. The hunting of endangered species is completely banned and this was the thing that Salman Khan did. Okay, so he did the hunting of this endangered species, that is black deer. Okay, and this illegal hunting of animal is called poaching. This is important, kids. What is poaching? पोचिंग इज इलीगल हंटिंग ऑफ एनिमल्स. अगर हम इलीगल हंटिंग करते हैं एनिमल्स की तो उसको हम पोचिंग कहते हैं. हंटिंग आई थिंक यू नो हंटिंग क्या होती है कि उस एनिमल को मार देना एंड देन ईदर यू रोस्ट इट टू ईट और यू जस्ट टेक आउट द थिंग्स फ्रॉम लाइक टेक आउट द स्किन और टेक आउट अ टूथ और समथिंग लाइक दैट. ओके, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड हंटिंग. And you know what, in the previous time जब बहुत सारे राजा महाराजा होते थे and that you must have seen in various movies, what they do, this hunting was their passion, this hunting was their hobby. Okay, that time there were no rules and regulations. So let's talk about it first. So in that time there were no rules and regulation like this poaching, illegal hunting. कोई rule regulation नहीं होते थे. उस टाइम पे क्या था कि they were n number of species all around. और उस टाइम पे the king and राजा महाराजा होते थे बड़े बड़े, they used to go for hunting, okay, so to eat, to fulfill their needs, or at times um, just for the sake of their fame, they go and they hunt for animals and they feel it a pride कि हमने इस जानवर को मारा and I have taken the skin out of it and I have a skin of a lion, I have a skin of a tiger. So they used to like they feel it as a pride, they take it as a pride कि हमने इस animal को मारा. Okay, so it was the that time I'm talking about the previous time when there were the king rules and everything. But now because the things are changing and there are various species that are getting endangered and extinct nowadays, we cannot do that. Alright. So now this is a illegal thing. Illegal, like going for a hunt is illegal. Okay, and this is called poaching. Illegal hunting of a thing is called poaching. Alright. So let's see what is written next. In India, though the hunting of tiger is banned, they are being regularly killed as their skin and bone fetch large amount of money. Effective implementation of such laws is therefore of extreme importance. Children, for this in 1972, a Tiger Protection Act was also launched. Because now tigers are very important for us. टाइगर नहीं होंगे तो कुछ ऐसे स्पीशीज हैं जैसे कि डियर एंड एवरीथिंग, इनका जो पॉपुलेशन है वो बढ़ जाएगी और अगर इनकी पॉपुलेशन बढ़ गई सो दे विल हार्म द ग्रेन एंड द स्मॉल प्लांट्स एंड ग्रासेस, दे विल हार्म दैम. ओके, so that is why the survival of tiger is very important or survival of lion is very important. Okay, so but though it is banned in India, but still people are doing it. Though what is the reason? Because the skin of tiger and the bone of tiger and again a pride matter. So this is like a very illegal thing, beta. So we should not practice it. And the skin of tiger and this bone of tiger gives them a lot of money, and that is why they do it illegally. So we should follow and we should implement such rules and regulation very strictly. Government should take a strict action towards it. Okay. So now coming on to next. I hope you understood these points, habitat preservation and hunting regulation. Now moving ahead with this, creating protected areas, biosphere reserve, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks. So children, before starting it, I would like to clear your doubt about national parks and biosphere reserves and wildlife sanctuary. So basically what happens, consider we are living in a particular area. हम क्या है, बहुत endangered species. हम ही लोग को ले लीजिए, humans are now become endangered. बहुत कम species बची हैं humans की. तो क्या हुआ कि हम जहाँ पे रह रहे हैं हमारे ही चारों तरफ एक बाउंड्री लगा दी गई और ये बोला गया कि अब यहाँ पे ना कोई आएगा ना कोई जाएगा और ना इन ह्यूमंस को कोई टच करेगा. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड अ प्रोटेक्टेड एरिया. हमारे एरिया को क्या कर दिया गया, प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया गया चारों तरफ से. सेम इज द केस to conserve these animals, these wildlife. What they do, they create a boundary over a particular area. अब उस बाउंड्री के अंदर बहुत सारे रूल्स रेगुलेशंस आ जाते हैं, जैसे कि देयर विल बी नो ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी देयर, कोई वहाँ पे ऐसे घूमने नहीं जाएगा, एंड नो वन कैन no one can go there and can cut the trees, can take out the things. So such things are done in a particular area to protect such areas. So this is biosphere reserve, wildlife sanctuary and national park. Okay. Now what is the difference between the three? Biosphere reserve, national park and wildlife sanctuary. So I am starting from a wildlife sanctuary. Okay. So wildlife sanctuary, children listen to me very carefully. Wildlife sanctuary is that particular area where a specific type of animals survive. Like एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया है जहाँ पे डिफरेंट वेराइटीज ऑफ बर्ड्स प्रेजेंट हैं, ठीक है, वहाँ पे सिर्फ बहुत सुंदर सुंदर चिड़िया एंड डिफरेंट स्पीशीज ऑफ बर्ड्स आर प्रेजेंट. ओके, so that area will be protected. That particular area will be protected and will be called bird sanctuary. Okay, will be called bird sanctuary. जहाँ पे बहुत टाइप ऑफ स्पीशीज. अब इसमें कौन जा सकता है, कौन नहीं जा सकता है, क्या रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है. दिस वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी आप एजुकेशनल पर्पज से वहाँ पे विजिट कर सकते हैं. Like if you want to go to study about the species, if you want to go for an educational tour, then you can go in such places like bird sanctuary after taking the permission from the authority. Okay, if you take a permission from a higher authority, you can visit to such wildlife sanctuaries. But the regular activities, ये नहीं कि it is like a park, कि park है कोई भी जा रहा है टहल के चला आ रहा है. No, वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी वहाँ पे स्पीशीज बहुत सारी हैं, बट यू कैन नॉट गो जस्ट टू वॉक और जस्ट लाइक दैट. यू रिक्वायर अ स्पेशल परमिशन, यू रिक्वायर अ स्पेशल letter when you are going inside, and it is basically for the educational purpose. You can go inside. अगर आपको कोई रिसर्च करनी है then also you can go to such places. अगर आपको कुछ देखना है, if you want to look into the species, then also you can do it. Okay, you cannot go just like that. All right, just for a tourism purpose you cannot go to any bird sanctuary. Okay, so this is wildlife sanctuary. Now children, wildlife sanctuary can be upgraded. Wildlife sanctuary can be upgraded to a national park. Okay, wildlife sanctuaries can be upgraded to a national park. Okay, now what is national park? In national park, again it is a very large area, larger than wildlife sanctuary. So it is a larger area, again it is protected. Okay, so this national parks, we have a various type of animals surviving there. They have different types of animals that are surviving in that particular area. Different types of plants and different types of animals are surviving in that area. Okay, it is their own habitat. जहाँ पे वो रह रहे हैं वहीं पे उनको प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया गया. Take for example, so in India we have various national parks. If we talk about UP, in UP also we have two national parks. First, when you go to Lucknow and just move a little bit ahead of that Lucknow, when you go to a Bareilly side, you have a Dudhwa National Park there. I have gone there many times. I have seen various animals there surviving. So I have gone 3 times to the Dudhwa National Park, and that is really very amazing. So there is a park, that national park, that is a Dudhwa National Park. Okay, and also there are different types of national parks present in India all around, but we have a limited amount of biosphere reserves. So India has a total of only 18 biosphere reserves. What is biosphere reserves? Biosphere reserves are a more larger area जहाँ पे ट्राइबल्स ऑल्सो लिव, जहाँ पे लोग भी रहते हैं, जहाँ पे कुछ एरिया है जहाँ पे हम एजुकेशनल टूर के लिए भी जा सकते हैं, और कुछ एरिया ऐसे होते हैं जो कि प्रोटेक्टेड होते हैं जहाँ पे हम नहीं जा सकते. Okay, so it is a very huge area. So now consider, biosphere reserve is this much huge, then we have a national park, then we have a wildlife sanctuary. Now biosphere reserve इतना बड़ा होता है कि इवन उस बायोस्फीयर रिजर्व के अंदर भी नेशनल पार्क्स और वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरीज हो सकते हैं. ओके, सो चिल्ड्रन प्लीज गो थ्रू दिस चैप्टर, रीड दिस लाइन्स. दिस इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. आई एम वेरी इंटरेस्टेड इन ऑल such types of topics. So please go through all these topics, and if now there is a pandemic situation, we cannot go anywhere, but sooner or later जब सारी चीज़ें खुल जाए and you get a chance to visit any national park, please go and visit a Gir National Park or a Dudhwa National Park or anywhere you can visit. Okay, I have gone to 2 places. I have gone to Gir National Park and I have gone to this Jim Corbett National Park and a Dudhwa National Park. Okay, so you can also visit there because national park can be visited by a tourism. आप जा सकते हैं वहाँ पे, but for a limited period of time. ठीक है, लिमिटेड लोग जा सकते हैं, लिमिटेड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम के लिए जा सकते हैं. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो प्लीज गो थ्रू दिस, please read these topics, read these lines. Okay, so we have few important things that is left. So this is a worldwide fund for nature and International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN. These are the international organization that work towards the wildlife conservation. Then we have a Project Tiger in 1972. Alright, so these were the things, forest and papers. This is important, kids. So these are the places where the animals and plants are protected and conserved, and it is very important. So that's all about today's class, children. We are going to meet again for the Zoom live class of chemistry and we will do language of chemistry there. So get ready for that. Till then, thank you and Jai Hind everyone.